Yeah, sorry, I screwed up. I will never understand streaming with OBS and Restream. Can you hear me okay? And getting them linked up. I don't know why it does that. I know, I'm sorry. Hello, Pammy. Hello, Andy. Hello, Freaky Geek. How are you? I'm sorry. I know. I will never understand how to do that. I put the right stream key in, then it tells me I'm wrong. So I have to go and get the other stream key. It's crazy. What's up, guys? Can you guys hear me okay? Do I have that correct? Oi, it's crazy. It's crazy. I am doing well. How was your guys' holidays? Were they good? Hopefully? Awesome. I take it Miss Nicole is there with you, Andy? There is the Miss Nicole. There is the queen. How are you guys? I've missed you guys. I know. I feel bad. I tried to get it right, and then I went live. The problem was I had to go live and screwed everything up. You know how it goes with this show every time. Awesome. Oh no, is it my audio? I mean, it's right in my face because I've been doing some work. If you guys haven't caught my podcast or the last podcast that I did, I explained what I have been doing lately, and that's why it's in my face. Because when I work, I'm like right here. You're making his life miserable. I seriously doubt that, Nicole. I seriously doubt that. I'm so happy for you guys. I think right now I'm even giddy just because knowing that you guys are both here with me and you guys are there together. You know? I don't know. I never seem to have good sound with PC without speakers. It's odd. Well, without speakers, yeah. Andy, what? What? Oh no. Why are you sick, Andy? Damn it. Oh. Well, I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. Nicole's there to take care of you. Actually, Nicole's there to stop you from being, a guy being sick. Because we know how that can go when guys get sick. That's right. That's right. I've missed you guys. Did we lose Pammy? I think Pammy, I hope she's not on the other channel. She asked which one we were going to be on. I said this one. I hear you, Andy. Can't see the keys. I get it. I totally get it. Are you kidding me? When the sun goes down, I can't see my keyboard. And even though it's lit up, well, it's not lit up. I should say it's lit up, but the numbers and letters are not lit up. I don't know if it's long enough to show you. Maybe. Yeah. See, it's lit up, but the numbers or the letters aren't lit up. So it's like, hey, Lady Blind Wolf, how are you? How you doing? So yeah, so like when I always constantly have my light on. I have my light on right now. And right before I went live, I happened to get blinded by the sun because my blinds are right here. I have blinds here and here. And when I was working earlier to get the stream set up, I had to close those blinds because it was blinding me over there. And then just I went to go hit live, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not going to work. So I had to shut those blinds. It's been a crazy morning already. Always. Whenever I go live, isn't that the way though? It is always like that. Always. How is the bit rate though? I'm not cutting out or anything or dropping any frames or anything like that, right? Hopefully it's good. Because today, if I can move this over here, would be great. Oh, I can't type like that. I have to see, like, if I let myself go, I can type really good, but it's letting myself go. I never do. You know what I mean? Well, thank you, Nicole, for the lemon. Oh, or bells. Apparently they're still in the holiday spirit. Thank you for the bells. I lied, they weren't lemons. I miss you guys as well, Lady Blind Wolf. I miss you guys so much. I'm trying to get it all situated, and I think now that... So if you guys don't know, if you haven't listened to my last podcast, updating everybody what I'm doing, right now I'm staying at home. One, because it's easier for me to babysit my granddaughter, because my son, Mr. Mingster, you guys know him, Ryan, is getting deployed overseas, and he will be there for I think it's 9 months, maybe. Don't quote me on that. I think it's 9 months. And my daughter-in-law is transitioning to a new job, so I want to be here, obviously, to fall back on if they need a babysitter. Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to still be the same. That's her schedule. Her mother watches Briella on those days, and so Tuesdays and Thursdays are my day off, basically. But in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm voice acting. So I've been, it's going great. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, and it's for all different things. It's for anime. It's for video games. It's for, everything. And so I've been having a lot of fun with it. Right now I'm just, I did it a couple of years ago, so I'm just starting off again. It's basically starting over again. And so it's slow right now. Right now I'm doing, a bunch of free stuff and to get out there again. I shouldn't say a couple of years ago. It's been quite a while. It's been many years. But so I'm starting to get out there again. So doing a lot of free stuff right now, just kind of putting myself out there. Some paid, but not significant. And yeah, just having fun with it. I love it. I go to bed thinking about what auditions I want to do in the morning and wake up with a smile, can't wait, and get them done. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, today's show. Yeah, it is. It's both exciting and scary. Definitely. Yeah. But today's show, we're going to be talking about, first we're going to talk about 5 upcoming space missions to look out for in 2023. Really, I can talk. That's a lie, you guys know. Hey, Danielle. My beautiful baby girl. Hello. And then we're going to talk about the top 10 cryptozoology stories of 2022. Then the top UFO stories of 2022. And the top 10 paranormal stories of 2022. I thought we'd recap the year and, you know, since it's close, I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. I hope 2023 is your year. It's going to be everybody's year. We're coming back full force, right? We're coming back full force. Is that Nicole? What is that? Oh, there we go. Hey, JQ. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but apparently I'm screwing everything up. Did I just get rid of my... Oh my god. Oh no, there it is. Okay. I'm like, did I just get rid of my YouTube chat? All right. I've earned the title of IT girl. I set up 2 tech things for my dad, and Allie, Ryan's the other worker. Yeah, you were the new IT girl. The running joke with that is like their father, when it comes to technology, has no clue. So I used to be the IT person, right? When there was something wrong with his computer, he used to get mad at me because I'd be like, Lee, I can't fix it without seeing it. And he used to get mad at me because he'd have to bring his computer to my house, blah, blah, blah. Then Ryan got older. He became the IT guy. I'm like, there you go. You have your own IT guy. Now Danielle's the IT girl. All right. Good luck with that, Danielle. I'm just saying. Good luck. So shall we get started? At first, Nicole, when you did the whole D Live thing, the J2, Jensen and Jared, it from the little box that I could see on Raystream, it looked like I thought you were doing Bela Lugosi's Dracula. That's kind of what it looked like. So I had to run over there and get D Live chat and look at it. Ha 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 ha. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and change the screen. So the 5 upcoming space missions to look out for in 2023. It's crazy. I was skimming over this as I was planning today's show. That's funny, Danielle. When I was skimming through this to see what I was going to share, what we were going to talk about today, I sat there and just reading this. It's like just amazing to me. It's so amazing how far we've come in technology and that. So, with that being said, number 1, it says, it has been a very eventful year for the space industry, but there is much more to come over the next 12 months. You know, we got the NASA's Artemis 1 mission finally off the ground. We got the James Webb telescope up in the air. And then China's space station. You know, it's been crazy. It's been a crazy year. But 2023 is set for another busy year. Here are the 5 most exciting missions to watch out for. Number 1, Jupiter's Icy Moons Explorer. In April, the European Space Agency is set to launch the Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer. JUICE. That's what it's called, JUICE. In what to be Europe's first dedicated robotic mission to Jupiter. JUICE is due to reach the planet in July of 2031 after performing an incredible flight path through the solar system. The mission will enter into orbit around Jupiter and perform numerous flybys of its large icy moons of Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. You gonna blow up? And Nicole said, my farts can blow up anything, freaky geek. Oh, apparently Andy has his own ammunition. Blah, blah. Shush. So after 4 years of the moon flybys, JUICE will then enter into orbit around Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system, becoming the first spacecraft ever to reach orbit around the moon of another planet. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to be on the lookout for. Obviously, we won't be able to see it, but I think it's freaking cool that it's happening. Number 2, SpaceX. Although no date has been announced by aerospace company SpaceX at this time of the writing, the first orbital test flight of the Super Heavy spacecraft is highly anticipated to occur in 2023.
Celebration time! Chocolate mooncake time!
Right. Chocolate mooncake time. But I think it did go off. Didn't it go off? Like a couple days ago? I thought I saw it on Facebook. I don't know. Anyway, Starship will be the largest starcraft capable of carrying humans from Earth to destinations into space. The International Space Station is larger, but it was assembled in space. It will be the most powerful launch vehicle ever to fly, capable of lifting 100 tons of cargoes to low Earth orbit. What, the mooncake or me saying mooncake was loud, freaky? Then we're going to have number 3 is Dear Moon, the long-awaited Dear Moon project, which will take members of the public. I think this is so freaking cool. On a 6-day trip around the moon and back. That's due to launch on Starship was originally planned for 2023. The exact date will depend on the successful test of Starship, but has been on the books since 2018. It will be the first true deep space tourism launch. Freaky Geek. Which one was loud? Me saying that or her doing that? Her doing the iMoon. I'd like to know. So that's, I mean, how cool is that? Seriously, they're going to be going around the moon for 6 days. She's not doing it on Discord. She's doing it on DLive, you mean? Those D platforms, DLive, Discord, you know, it all. I knew what you meant, though. So that one was loud? That's weird. But the other one wasn't loud? I'm so confused. I don't know. But anyway. True, that's right. He's like, I knew it wasn't on YouTube. Number 4 is Asteroid Explorer returns to Earth. The other one, yeah. The Origins Spectral Interpretation Resource Identification Security Regolith Explorer, mercifully more commonly known as OSIRIS REX, is a NASA mission to near-Earth asteroid Bennu. A key goal of this robotic mission was to acquire samples of Bennu and return them to Earth for analysis. It's now fast returning to Earth with up to a kilogram of precious asteroid samples stored aboard. If all goes well, the capsule will detach from the spacecraft, enter Earth's atmosphere, and parachute to a soft landing in the deserts of Utah on September 24th. Asteroid samples return will be achieved once before by the Japanese Space Agency in 2020. And number 5, how cool is this? India's private space launch. While SpaceX is the most prominent private space launch company. There are many others developing their own series of launches around the world. Skyroo Aerospace, which has successfully launched its Vikram S rocket in November 2022, is soon to become the first private Indian company to launch a satellite. Now, the rocket itself reached 90 kilometers in altitude, a distance that would need to improve upon the new constellation of satellites into orbit, but they're working on it, and that's pretty cool. Thank you so much, Freaky Geek. I appreciate that. I really do. It was loud for you, Danielle, too? That's awesome. I'm glad I'm glad it's loud and not, you can't hear it. Because I don't think that one has Nicole's got her chicken going on over there in D Live. I don't think there's a volume control with those. So, if they're broken, I don't know how to fix them. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around. You guys hopefully know that. So let's go ahead and move on to the top 10 cryptozoology stories of 2022. Now, maybe some of these you've heard, others maybe not. Freakies. Don't worry, I just forgot how loud they can be. There you go, see? Just reminding you. Nicole's over there reminding you. There you go. That's all it is. So some of these, like I said, with all these you might have heard, others you might not have, because, I haven't been around to tell you guys about them. But let's discuss, shall we? So the top 10, number 10, is a possible Tasmanian tiger discovered in South Australia. Now there's the picture. To me, it looks like an anteater, but I mean, that's just me. A woman who had been out on a hike encountered an unidentified creature that might have been a Tasmanian tiger. When Jessie Mild first caught sight of the mysterious creature in Belair National Park in Adelaide Hills, her first impression was that was either a weird-looking kangaroo or a really scraggly dog. Now, I want to blow this up a little bit because to me it looks like an anteater. That does look weird though, right? The way the head, is that... Wow. Yeah. I can see. Where is Ryan when we need him? Monster Radio. Calling Monster Radio. Come in, Monster Radio. Anteater, a very large meerkat. I don't think it's a meerkat. Aren't meerkats smaller? That's a dog or bear. It's not healthy. Yeah, exactly. I mean, is that the eye? And that's the snout right there, maybe? Nicole said looks like an anteater. Are anteaters even in Australia, though? I don't think they are. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it looks very large. It looks like, what about a hyena? Could it be a hyena? Are hyenas in Australia? I think so, right? I don't know. I should probably, this is why we need Ryan here. Calling Ryan. Monster Radio. Where are you? All right, so let's go ahead and scroll this back down. Her sister, however, was convinced that it was in fact a Tasmanian tiger, a species thought to have been extinct for decades, with the last confirmed sighting being all the way back in 1936. It had a really weird gait to it, a sort of lolloping almost movement. So is lolloping, is that another word for like galloping? Nope, that's the head, I believe. Yeah. Anteaters do live in Australia? Thank you. I love how my 16-year-old daughter knows more to shit than I do. I have no clue when it comes to animals and where they live. I just know what lives around me. That's all I need to know. Um, Spiny anteaters. Well, let's look at what they look like. Spiny, spiny anteaters. I'm not sure how long this podcast will go on, but um, Easters, anteaters. Um, no, yeah, that's definitely not. That's definitely not that. Yeah, they should for sure live on Earth. That's true. Yeah, that's definitely. What was loud? Did I hit the mic? What was loud now? Nicole? Oh, did another one go off? I didn't even hear that. Are they manifesting? The sounds are now manifesting for you, Nicole? What's going on? Oh God, should I be it hasn't even shown up on mine yet. Should I be worried? What is going on? I'm kind of nervous now. I'm going to get scared the shit out of myself. Oi. Um, so she said it was bigger than a fox, but not as massive as a massive dog. But it definitely didn't look like a fox. The tail was completely different. Its back was really sloped down, and its head was a completely different shape. Experts, meanwhile, remain unconvinced, with the most agreeing that its most plausible explanation is that the creature was actually a common fox suffering from mange. I don't know if it don't look like a fox to me. Well, I mean, maybe foxes are different down in Australia. I don't know. Well, maybe. What do you guys? I know what went out. That's what I'm saying. Maybe. I don't know. I'm waiting, still waiting for the sound to show up. I don't know what one was it. Which one was it, Nicole? Is it are your is your replay like Oi. So what do you guys think? A fox? Tasmanian tiger? What do you guys think? What is your vote? All right. So that was the top 10. Number 9 is a very reliable Bigfoot sighting reported in Illinois. Dun dun dun. The sighting, which was submitted by a report at the BFRO, Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, occurred while the witness was driving along Route 78 in central Illinois at 10:30 p.m. in the evening. He said, I saw a large animal jump into the road about 40 yards ahead. He wrote, when it hit the road, I could see very large legs spread wide in a dead run with large swinging hairy arms. The arms switched back and forth close to the ground as its body was leaning forward. It leapt across the road in 2 jumps. When it hit the shoulder, it looked back at me. It was about 2 seconds before it vanished in darkness altogether, but I could see it clearly. It was a very large, and even though it was hunched over nearly horizontal, it was still close to being wider than my car and nearly to the top of my windshield. The man later spoke to his co-workers, who explained that the area was well known for Bigfoot sightings. BFRO investigator Matt Moneymaker, who spoke to the witness, maintained that the sighting was very reliable. He was not particularly interested in the Bigfoot subject, but he recognized what he was seeing, he wrote. He was driving 70 miles per hour and didn't slow down much until he reached the next town. He kept going, then stopped in Havana, the next town, to text his wife and kids to say he'd seen a Bigfoot cross the highway. Whether or not it really was a Bigfoot he saw that evening, however, it remains a mystery. Now, that, you think it's the tiger, Danielle? um, I get what Matt is saying, definitely. I mean, obviously, we're never going to know if it was a Bigfoot or not. But I get what he's saying because that's how I base my like paranormal stuff on, is how people react to things, right? This guy was driving 70 miles per hour, getting the hell out of there. So something he saw definitely scared the hell out of him. You know what I mean? And that's how I judge things. Not all the time, but mostly, mainly, because obviously that was what I was trying to say, is what I based when I hear stories on how they reacted after the aspect to how they were reacting before the aspect of it happening. Does that make sense? No, Danielle, here, I'll show a picture of a Tasmanian tiger. Those are Tasmanian tigers. But they're supposed to be extinct. So it's not like a tiger you're thinking of. These are Tasmanian tigers. If you're not rich, it's not making enough sense. But like like they said, they're extinct. So that's what a Tasmanian tiger looks like. 1930. I don't know. The last Tasmanian picture, or well, yeah, video date. That's it. Come on now. 1935.
Tiger, easily distinguished by his straight, unjointed tail, is also a dangerous opponent, though, like the devil, is now very rare, being forced out of its natural habitat by the march of civilization. This is the only one in captivity in the world.
That was in 1935, yeah. I know, right? You could tell it was scared. I believe so. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. It was a cross between a tiger and another animal. It's a Lycian, and it's a... I say it wrong all the time. Okay, that's the footage you were thinking of? All right. Yeah, that was in 1935. All right, on to... But it's interesting, right? It's definitely interesting. Like, the Tasmanian tiger, they say it's extinct, but that picture does look like it, if you ask me. It might not have the telltale stripes of, you know, but it had the body shape, I guess you would say. Or maybe, no, because it had the longer front paws too. I was going to say maybe it was a weird looking kangaroo, like they said, but the front paws were definitely long, like the back paws or back legs. All right, number 8. Unidentified animal baffles experts in Pennsylvania. Have you guys heard about this? A mysterious animal that resembles some sort of dog or coyote has been discovered in the west side of the state. The enigma first presented itself earlier this week when resident Christina East noticed an animal outside her home that appears to be lost and was shivering from the cold weather. Her first thought that it was her neighbor's dog. However, on closer inspection, the animal looked somewhat unusual. So she decided to call the wildlife experts for a second opinion. When they examined the animal, they were unable to tell if it was either. It wasn't long before the mystery had ended up on the local news. I honestly can't definitively say what it is, but to err on the side of caution, since they can carry rabies, and since it might be a coyote, we can keep it here. But genetic testing done and go, get genetic testing done and go from there, said wildlife rehabilitator Morgan Barron. It could be some time, however, before the results of the testing are known. So, we gotta skip to 50 right here. So here's the animal. You saw a brief picture of it.
Is it a dog, a coyote, or maybe even a hybrid? Animal experts in western Pennsylvania are trying to figure out what animal this is. A woman found it outside her Westmoreland County home earlier this week. She says it was scared and shivering from the cold. At first she thought it was a dog, but then she wasn't so sure. A wildlife expert says that even with their training, she can't say for sure.
Behavior-wise, he's very timid, very scared, and not aggressive at all, which his behavior makes me lean towards dog.
For now, he's being treated for mange and being kept in for isolation, and experts plan to get genetic testing done on the animal. Those results can take 2 to 4 weeks to get back.
So what do you guys think? I think it's a dog. It looks like it has the dog eyes. Like, help me? Sorry, that was loud, really? Because it's got mange, Danielle. Mange is a yeah, I definitely think mange is basically an animal when it loses its hair. Like I don't know if it's caused by parasites or what, but it causes hair to fall out. Kind of like, humans lose their hair. Yeah. Yeah, it falls out in clumps. Um, yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Um, but yeah, I definitely, to me, it had the eyes of a dog. but I guess, you know, if I see it, you know, I wonder if this was a January. I wonder if there's a new update. Update while we're here, right? I'm not seeing any updates. But if I do find any updates, or if you guys find any updates, let me know. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think I found an update. It was a coyote. Said WPXI reports the animal, which escaped the wildlife works and ran back into the wild last month, has been confirmed to be a coyote. Wildlife Works confirmed the email, or the animal has left its cage destroyed and trashed the hospital area of the facility before escaping. Now, did they? All right, here's the conspiracy theory. Did they say it was a coyote just because it escaped? Oh yeah, Danielle. New York is very known for coyotes. You can hear them bedding down or calling to bed down. Yeah, we have coyotes, foxes. We have some wolves here. People say no, but there's some wolves here. So, yeah, I mean, did they say it was just a coyote because of the fact that it escaped? What do you guys think? So, if that's the case, the desktop audio is... Let me... Because Freaky Geek said this
green Victorian house being
is that better?
At the Jersey Shore has been parked in the street again.
Is that better, Freaky Geek? Yeah, Gidget's a little chihuahua. And yeah, we wouldn't want him getting, you know. Okay, on to the next. Number 7 is strange, shadowy creature filmed hiding behind a tree. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to clown around? A recently published viral video shows what appears to be a creature peering out from behind a tree at night. We've seen this. Okay. Well, at least it's, you know, lower. The clip, which reportedly filmed by Carol Eifert on the night of November 21st, 2021, shows some woodland at the side of the road illuminated by a headlamp of a nearby car. And according to the accompanying story and the conversation between Eifert and her granddaughter in the video, they spotted some of a sort of creature that was hiding behind one of the trees. My granddaughter, Cameron? That's really pretty. Cameron? Oh, maybe Cameron. It's spelt weird, but it's beautiful. Beautiful name. And I coming up the hill, and as I was about to lock our gate. She started freaking out that she could see something behind the tree where my lights were shining from my car across the street. Efert was quoted saying, initially believing it to be a bear, she later changed her mind after reviewing the footage. I realized it wasn't a bear, and I have since been told that it was like a skinwalker or a hide behind, among other things, she said. In the last 40 years, I have never seen anyone hitchhiking, let alone walking on that road, especially at night. All right, you ready? You remember seeing this?
What'd you see? What? It's behind that tree right there.
You see it?
What is that?
Oh, this isn't the one that slows it down.
What? It's behind that tree right there.
Do you see it right there? What is it? What is it, guys? What is it? Definitely a shadow. And it moves. Yeah, it could be a bear. It definitely could be like sidestepping, like, hello? You see just a red light? Where the hell are you looking? I don't see no red light. Now, it's right here. Right here.
Nana, what is that?
And you can see it wasn't there before. Like it was, but it wasn't there. We'll start it. Play it one more time.
What'd you see? What? It's behind that tree right there.
Nana, what?
Is that something more sticking out there, or is that tree? No, it's right here, Danielle. I know, I got bad eyes too. That's why I'm going like this, because I can't.
What is that?
She reacts like you would react, Danielle. What is that? What is that red light that moved? What red light? I don't see a red light. Should I put it up on my other screen? Because I don't see. Hold on. I'm going to put it up on my big screen so I can see. So bear with me while I watch this. What red light, though? I don't see a red light.
What is it? What'd you see?
Unless you're seeing my cursor.
It's behind that tree right there.
Nana.
Oh, no, it's definitely, like, I'm looking at it, and it's definitely, like, I see the, like, oh, come on, get back there. It might be a bear. It might be. You might be correct, Danielle, just because I see the paws. Like, hold on. Let me see if I can bring it over here again. All right. Like, see, I can't see it on this monitor, but like right here, I can see paws. Or not paws, but something grabbing onto the tree. Does that make sense? Are you talking about the thing that's moving? This thing? No, aimed at the shadow behind the tree. Yes. Because my cursor is red. It's, well, actually, it's pink. I'm looking for this red thing. Oh, that shit's funny. Yes, my cursor is hot pink. Oh, Lord. That's okay. No, it's funny. Oh my God. I can't stop laughing. But anyway, I see this paw. Like down in the description should have all the links to these. But there's like a paw there if you want to look it up and take a look at it yourself. When you first saw it, I thought it was my eyes. That's hilarious. I know. No, it's okay. It's just, it's funny. I think it's hilarious because it could be a mini foot. It could be. Like they're going to climb up it or they're climbing down it. It definitely could be. It's something. Like, and I didn't realize that until I put it up on my big screen, my big monitor to see it. Maybe it's a cub. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because, I mean, it's definitely like a shadow. I could definitely see where they get freaked out. Like, it's a plain black shadow. But it might be a cub. If it was normal size bear, it'd be taller if standing up. That's true. Definitely. Weird though. I can imagine, being out there and seeing it and going, what is that? Because that is freaky looking in the middle, locking up a gate. All right. Number 6. Okay. I have a lot to say about this one. YouTuber Coyote Peterson announces Bigfoot skull discovery. Okay. I do have a lot to say about this because this was a big thing. And I don't know if you guys seen this all over Facebook when it came out. Oh my God. And Twitter as well. But people were going, Dobby socks. You never know. Now, people didn't actually read. Okay. Well, and maybe I'm wrong here. I don't know. But all I know is when this was going on, I had read that Coyote Peterson he didn't say he discovered a Bigfoot skull. He was showing people what it would be like if there was a discovery of a Bigfoot skull or something like that, like how it would happen, how it would go down. Hi, Simon. How you doing, hon? How you doing? But so he was explaining he didn't say he found a Bigfoot skull. He was explaining how it would go down if somebody did find a Bigfoot skull. But this was all over, everybody was trashing him. So that's the skull that he had, right? It says the wildlife presenter claims that he had discovered the large skull of an unknown primate in Canada. Known for his enthusiastic presentation style in entertaining wildlife videos, Peterson isn't typically known for posting content or making claims about cryptozoological creatures. In a notice posted up on his Facebook page around 11 hours ago, obviously this was back when it happened, however, he revealed that he had discovered the large skull of an unknown primate in British Columbia and even has the pictures to prove it. Leaking pics here before they are taken down and before government officials try to seize our footage, he wrote, found a large primate skull in British Columbia, filmed it, cut the footage, releasing on at Brave Wilderness this weekend. He kept his secret for several weeks. Yes, I have the skull, smuggled it through customs and TSA, and it's currently in a secure location awaiting primatologist review. All right. So now, first of all, let me say something, okay? When you have a YouTube channel, I personally don't do this, but there are a lot of YouTube people out there that have clickbait titles. Now, anybody in this industry will know, and if I ever had a clickbait title, I'm so sorry, because I don't do that. I just don't. I want people to find me for me, not for, you know what I mean, because something's clickbaity. I just usually put the title, what I'm talking about that day or whatnot. And I would never have put a clip, but that's just me. But in this industry, let it be known that I'm not dissing anybody or anything like that. In this industry, if you are using your channel to make money and monetize and get views and stuff like that, right? It's part of the persona to make clickbait titles. It is. That's how you sell. That's marketing. That's great marketing, right? So always research. Always research. Don't take titles as face value, because most of the time you're going to be let down. You know what I mean? But that's honestly, it's marketing. That's what you have to do, right? Because views are money. So I can't blame YouTubers that do it because they're just doing good marketing, right? If you are ever selling anything or anything like that, you will understand the aspects of marketing. And what can I say? It's a good thing. It sucks that it has to be that way, but people, you know, to be honest, that's what you're selling your shit, right? So when it comes to clickbait titles, that's nothing new, but always do your research. Always do your research on things to let it be known, you know, so you don't get taken advantage of. I know that went way off topic, but anyway. So to me, this was just a clickbait title. It's not, it's common sense, right? He said the skull was found partially buried underground in deep Black Forest ravine after a massive storm in the Pac Northwest, where clearly a bunch of trees and earth were disturbed. I'm sure these pics will be taken down, as they'll probably the video by government or state park officials, but the skull is safe. And reactions to the discovery have been somewhat mixed, however, with some arguing that the skull of an existing primate and that the whole thing is a hoax to drum up views for his channel. Whatever the case, he should know more about the video. Whatever the case, we should know more about the video as posted. So, anyway, he shows this. Now, there are different aspects to the skull that they found, you know, that it was a fake skull. Okay? But again, when you're advertising to get people, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it works. You know? Like I said, I'm just not one to do that. But I very well could. I know what grabs people. I see the views on my highest ranking views on my channel are the KGB Alien Handbook. And it's not because it's clickbait, because we actually talked about that and we went through the handbook, right? You guys were there. So, but that's the biggest view of my channel besides my readings. You know what I mean? So, like, I understand where he's coming from. I mean, obviously it's a fake, but he did put a disclaimer out too, because I did read it, that this is what's going to happen if you find a Bigfoot skull. This is what's going to happen to you. And it's basically, and we've heard it from different people that have found Bigfoot skulls or teeth that shouldn't have been, even with the giants, the human giants, that had the guy that found the teeth, excuse me, and sent it in and was never heard from anybody again, and the teeth are missing. So, Simon says, I think Bigfoot is a descendant of apes that could have come across the land between a land bridge. Definitely. It definitely could be. I think it's, I don't know. I honestly don't know what it could be. It's definitely something. I believe that. I believe it has to do with elementals. I believe it could be, as far fetched as it might sound, and people might be mad at me. I don't care. This is just my opinion. Um, that it could be definitely an alien. I mean, you never know. I mean, who's to say like fairies aren't aliens? We don't know. Right? That's what makes it so cool to research and understand. Um, is that normal for the teeth to be missing? In this certain one, there's a whole, like, if you go on Facebook and you look up, search Coyote Peterson, most likely you're going to find this. And you'll see, like, it's not clay, but it's almost like a skeleton you buy at a department store, not a department store, but, for Halloween, that kind of skull. He just mucked it up and stuff. And there's a hole there for like hanging or something. I remember somebody saying there's a hole there or whatnot. But I mean, just the comments that, came out of this. It's like fully understand, I mean, did he put out a lie? If you were just to read this, yeah. Yeah. Right? And what can I say? Let's see what this says.
I found a skull. I know you guys are gonna want to come film this.
Oh, is that loud?
Like
Is that...
cavity sticking up?
Sorry.
Human. No, it's probably a bear.
Holy mackerel! Look at that!
That's not a bear skull. Okay, put that down.
That is the skull of a primate in the Pacific Northwest, buried under mud in a log fall down the side of a river.
Whatever this is, was maybe shot in the head. There's a hole in the skull.
Obviously, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I don't know. Listen, when it comes to stuff like this on YouTube or whatnot, you have to use common sense. You just have to use common sense. You can't be mad at somebody because you got baited. I mean, yeah, I could contradict myself and to say that, I got duped by a paranormal investigator who I thought was real. Yes, that pissed me off and stuff like that. But then I look back and go, well, it's their life. I mean, what can I say? There's two types of paranormal investigators. Ones that do it for YouTube and explore. I mean, and I'm not saying paranormal investigators that do it on YouTube are bullshit, because they're not. They're trying to find out information too, right? But most likely, if it's a paranormal investigator from olden days, we started out like helping people. That's what our main goal was, to help people that are going through going through some type of crisis in their house, right? So either way, we're still whether you're helping somebody or whether you're doing it on YouTube and exploring or doing all that, you're still putting into the community. As long as you're not faking it, obviously, right? So either way, it's just two different types of investigation, if that makes sense. How's Andy doing? Is he okay? But yeah, and Simon said also there's a legend in Leap Castle. I love Leap Castle. in Ireland of a woman who shapeshifts into a Bigfoot creature. They call her an elemental spirit. Yeah, I feel Bigfoot is an elemental type spirit protecting. It's a forest protector, just like fairies are forest protectors. It depends. I mean, you guys know my look on it. You know, whatever you believe in is going to be in your world. Simple as that. Yes. Well, Andy, break that frickin' fever, will you? All right. Let's go on to the next one. Pentagon's UFO files include an encounter with a werewolf. Number 5. I should have had that all set up where it said like something cool like that. Like number 5. Okay. So, a number of unexplained sightings and experiences have been revealed through interviews with former officials. For years, the Pentagon, in connection with the Defense Intelligence Agency, ran a secretive program investigating the connection between UFOs, or UAPs, and paranormal phenomena. During interviews with Military.com, retired DIA agents Officer James Lakowski and retired CIA operations officer Jim Simmerman, who both worked on the secret program, have lifted the lid on some of the strange cases that were investigated during that time. These investigations included that of the USS Nimitz UAP sightings, as well as that of Skinwalker Ranch, property in Utah notorious for being home to a plethora of strange phenomenon. And according to Latkowski and Simmerman, the 3 men who were sent to investigate the ranch were left terrified after they witnessed what they described as a black void on the property. Even more unnerving is that a fact that they had also reported experiencing paranormal phenomenon after returning to their homes, such as strange noises and sightings of dark figures. Now, my take on that, okay, now I know a lot of people believe in hitchhikers. You know, that's paranormal stuff that follows you home, right? Well, I've always called them hitchhikers. Other people call them hitchhikers, but there's more people call them different things, I guess. Anyway, to me what that is now you had this experience, you've awakened more so your third eye is basically what it is. So now you, like, it's been happening in your home, but you're not being aware of it. So now you're heightened. You have heightened, you know, awareness of things like this going on when you experience something. So to me, it's more or less showing like, hey, yeah, you experienced it. And it's always been going on, so now you can see it more, or feel it more, or hear it more, or whatever. You're, especially in those moments after an investigation, if something's happened. That's adrenaline running through you, right? That's why a lot of people say that paranormal investigators are adrenaline junkies, because that's an experience. And to me, that is heightening your awareness. There's a lot of things that you can explain, you know, that awakens your world, if that makes sense. So it says, in a separate incident, the family of the investigator who had been looking into the USS Nimitz case reported witnessing a wolf-like creature which walked on 2 hind legs, staring through the windows of their home on 2 different occasions. When asked about them, however, the Pentagon was unable to confirm or deny that any of these investigations or encounters took place. So what do you guys think about this? What do you think? I mean, it's not the first time that somebody's investigated Skinwalker Ranch and seen a wolf or a weirdly looking animal. I mean, definitely very scary when it follows you home and you have experiences at your house, right? Oh. Number 3 for the top 10 cryptozoology experiences through 2022. Escaped alpacas spark Loch Ness monster sightings. Do you guys remember this? That's kind of pretty self-explanatory. I think skinwalkers could be human hybrid experience. They definitely could be, Simon. They definitely could be. Although I don't know. Like, do you guys have a different version of skinwalkers on the other side of the pond? Like, is it different from our stems here in the United States, at least? Our stems mainly from, like, Native Americans. Skinwalkers to us are Native American witch doctors, basically, that have, like, done some very not so nice things. Since a few years, there have even been wolves in Belgium. And that's uncommon, I take it? We call them shapeshifters, normally brought up about black art practices. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of what... See, our skinwalkers are basically the same thing, only they're Native American people. Yeah, timber wolves have been seen everywhere, it seems like. Like, everywhere. Timber wolf, man, those things are... Timber wolf are huge. Like, here, I'll show a picture of a timber wolf. Remember that one chasing that one dog remember the video with the dog being chased by that one freakishly big wolf? That was the timber wolf. They're like very huge. That doesn't really show it justice. I mean, you can kind of see. No, remember when they... let me see if I can find a huge wolf video. Let's see. I don't know if that might be it. Yeah. Remember that I played this at one point because we talked about it. I think it was the episode where I was talking about... Yeah, there it is. That one. I think we were talking about... I brought it up when... Or we were talking about... What is it? Black Dash? I forgot. I like the hellhounds and all that. That wasn't a boar. Nicole, that was not a boar. No. That was way bigger than a boar, and it was... Yeah, that's... No. Wild boars get big, but that was a lot bigger. Yeah, it's a timber wolf. Timber wolves, like I said, are very freakishly huge. They once had timber wolves in Newfoundland before they joined Canada, really. Yeah, freaky. I've shared that video before. It's still freaky, though. I mean, if I'm coming up on something that big, yeah, no, That to me would be a hellhound. Not gonna lie. That thing's huge. So, escaped alpacas spark Loch Ness monster sighting. This is number, what did I say? This is number 3. Photographs of the long-necked animal in Loch Ness have been doing the rounds, but not everything as it seems. Back in the early 20th century, a group of elephants from a traveling circus went for a swim in Loch Ness. And that's where we have our Loch Ness picture that everybody says. But this obviously was shown up, and it was alpacas. So this is the video. I don't know who would think that would be Nessie. It's too close to land. I don't know who would think that would be Nessie, but I mean, maybe if it looked in there, I mean, I can understand if, listen, when you think you see something scary, it's, you know, I love Loch Ness Monster, right? I love Nessie, but if I still went to, you know, went around there and I saw something freaky, I'm telling you, butterflies would start in my stomach and I'd get freaked out. Just because it's something I've never seen up close, right? And, I mean, if it was an alpaca, what can I say? It's an alpaca. Welcome back, Danielle. Yeah, alpaca washing its bits. That's right. All right, number 2. Bipedal dog-like creature photographed outside of a zoo. This controversial image allegedly shows a strange creature that was seen outside the perimeter fence of a zoo in Texas. This is freaky, and I know Ryan from Monster Radio has talked about this. Do you remember seeing that? Hold on, I'll open it. Scroll in. Some people say it's a guy in a costume, but I don't know. That has to be a really, like, you can see, like, how skinny are those legs? I mean, yes, it could be. I'm not saying that's exactly what it is. But I don't know. The proportioning isn't right for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, the arms are wicked long to be a costume. I mean, anything can be a costume, obviously, right? So, the news behind this is basically the photograph, which was posted on Reddit by the user Seguini, I don't know, has certainly generated some debate in recent days. Yay! Thank you so much for the ice cream. Is it an ice cream or is it? Okay. Thank you for the ice cream, Nicole. I was making sure because the last one I said Le Mans and it wasn't Le Mans, it was Bell's. Someone doing a poo? Maybe. Said, oh shit. However, its authenticity remains a topic of contention, and even if it's genuine, nobody seems to quite be sure what it actually shows. According to the uploader, the image was captured by a game camera, which it does look like a game camera image, I'm not going to lie, which happened to be covering the perimeter fence of the Amarillo Zoo in Texas. It was posted in a private zookeeper Facebook group. The keeper said that it caught the image on a trail cam, pointed it at a perimeter fence, and couldn't figure out what it was. I believe it was pointed from the inside of the zoo to the perimeter fence. It was the Amarillo Zoo. The OP's other posts go back at least a year and are just as normal animal keeper type posts. And assuming that the picture has not been doctored, it certainly seems to show some sort of animal. However, it's unclear what type of animal it could be. Another possibility is that it could be an optical illusion and that what we are actually looking at is a clump of vegetation or something else mundane that just happens to look like a creature. Whatever the case, it's certainly unusual. I mean, it could be, right? Remember, the pink is my cursor. It could be vegetation, but I mean, it could be. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hurry back, freaky geek. Simon, a wolf's got to do what a wolf's got to do. Hey, that's right. Winnie the Pooh is fatter than that, I think. Yeah, I mean, it just... Is that muscle right there? It just looks weird, right? So what do you guys think? Is it vegetation? Just like, why would it just be there? I mean, I can understand if this was a cornfield and like they had done plowing and they like missed one. And I think if it was just vegetation, the guy who took it, the zookeeper, would have known that. Nicole says not buying it really, but that's just my opinion. It could, yeah. I mean, it definitely could be a costume. Could be a tree that was lopped down. Yeah, it definitely could be, but wouldn't the... I think the poster would know that, though. If that was the case. Does that make sense? Might be a person sitting on something. Yeah? Oh, all right. Let's move on. The number one story of 2022 for cryptozoology is an alleged river troll photographed in Mississippi. A family who lived on a houseboat once captured a strange image in the water. Let us look. We probably never will know. You're absolutely right. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen this. Okay, let's read the story first. A family who lived on a houseboat once captured a strange image in the water of the coastal Mississippi. The family, which is recently submitted to Lon Strickler's Phantom and Monsters blog, shows what looks like a creature's head and eyes next to and reflecting on the water's surface. While it's difficult to discern what the creature is, the image is clearly intriguing. The photograph was submitted to Strickler's blog, and you know how I love Lon. I love reading Phantoms and Monsters, and we talk about a lot of stuff that's posted on there. And Lon he's a cryptozoologist. Anyway, by a user that went by the name B. The sighting reportedly occurred in 2015. Maybe 25 yards from us, something bent down near the water drinking, he wrote. I went and retrieved my binoculars and took a closer look. It was pinkish tan with bulging eyes, funny-looking ears, 2 arms and 2 legs, and what appeared to be horns coming out of its head. It had a short, round body drinking from the shore. From what I saw, I would swear it was like a troll. It was devil ugly. The sighting has since been a profound impact on my family. I still own that property and the houseboats, but none of my grown kids will even go out there anymore, he said. So let's look at this thing. Damn it. Hold on. Is that what I'm looking at? What am I, where am I? Or is that? The first thing that caught, yeah, I think it is that. Hold on, I gotta find it. Really? What do you guys think? It's definitely reflecting. Right? Nose, eyes, eyes. A dead goat? I don't know, because it couldn't have been dead because the guy said it was drinking water. But he said it was pinkish tan. That's why it had me looking over here, because that almost looks like a little girl standing there. I mean, I can understand where he said it was. So is it like, how are we looking at it? Like, is it got its mouth in the water? I'm trying to understand the reflection of it. Like, is that its back? Do you know what I'm saying? Are we seeing more of it in the water? I wish I could turn this picture around, but do you know what I'm saying? Because he said it's reflected. Could it be Pan? It could be, but I don't think Pan has that big of a head. I don't know. I've never actually met Pan. But, I mean, it definitely could be. But drinking water, I don't see him. I don't know. It's a good question, really. I mean, I'm not going to lie. But, like, is this the back? Do you see right here? Like, is this the back part of him? Or no, it wouldn't be the underbelly. Like, is my brain not working and I just can't establish, like, if he's going down to drink water? Like, is this his mouth right here, right? And he's going down to drink water? I don't know. What do you guys think? You can see the eyes in the face. Is that where I'm pointing to? Is that what you're seeing is the eyes here? And then I think the mouth here? I don't know. That is crazy though, right? What do you guys think? Hey, Freaky Geek, welcome back. So what do you think? You seeing the monster? Well, you seeing the... I can't say a monster. I don't know what it is. The eyes and the mouth. Drinking water. I think it's going down to drink water. It's weird, like... I don't know. This part right here looks like a human mouth. But down here is like, is the reflection showing the true being's nature? Like, I don't know. It has curly horns. I mean, if it's an elemental, it could be a set or a fawn. Yeah, exactly. I agree. It looks like a wet, unhappy cat. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Now you say it's got curled horns. I don't see them being curled. I see them being straight. I see one here. Could be a horn. Or the ears. Or this could be a horn. But it's more like pyramid shape. You know, like the little... You know what I'm talking about. I guess I'm just trying to, like, picture what's in the reflection. Because the reflection doesn't, at least in my eyes, doesn't match up with this. This reflection does. But of course it could be because it's so far away. He could be. But that's the number one story from 2002 for cryptozoology. All right, next up. It's going to be a longer show just because, it is the end of the year. So, we're going to not top it off with, but, go as far as we can with it. So we got all day. Unexplained Mysteries Top 10 UFO Stories of 2022. Right, yeah, definitely, I agree, Simon. Simon says it certainly has me scratching my head. Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know, something is just like off about it, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. No, that wasn't a paper plane. It was taken off a houseboat, Freaky Geek. The picture was actually a water. The guy I forgot you weren't here to hear the story, but the guy had, he owns the property there in the water. It's the Mississippi River, and he owns houseboats on there. And that's where he took the picture off of, was a houseboat. He saw something that looked strange, drinking water. So he went in and got his binoculars and took a look, and it was something freaky, so he took a picture of it. See? You're good like that, Freaky. Freaky says, okay, neat. I mentioned paper plane, and now I see a UFO. See? That's right. We're good like that. Let me take a sip of my coffee. All right, so these are the top 10 UFO stories of 2022. Number 10, strange UFO-shaped structure shows up on Norwegian lake. An object resembling a flying saucer has appeared on lake in Norway, but not everything is as it seems. Here we go. Wait a minute. I gotta put that down because that's next. All right. Dun dun dun. Do you remember this? Like I said, maybe you've seen these stories, maybe you haven't, but these are the top 10 of 2022 according to Unexplained Mysteries. So, an object resembling a flying saucer has appeared on a lake in Norway, but not everything is as seems. Photographs of a large silvery oval-shaped object floating on the surface of Norway's Hardanger Fjord, and I'm not going to try to say that, sparked a great deal of intrigue on social media earlier this month. When was this? In September. In resemblance to a UFO, in particular, the chrome spaceship from 1980's Flight of the Navigator prompted suggestions that it could be evidence of extraterrestrial visitors. As it turns out, however, this mysterious-looking object is in fact a unique art exhibition that has been designed to resemble the silver scales of a fish, known as the salmon eye. It weighs 1,256 tons and was designed by Danish studio Kvorn Design with funding from Sondre Eid, CEO of Salmon Farming. So there you have it. Yes, there are links below. Definitely, of course. It looks like a crashed torpedo. But no, it was just, I do remember reading about this, that everybody thought it was a UFO, but it was a fish scale. That's apparently what fish scales look like close up, I guess. I don't know. I fish, but I usually don't look at the scales. All right, number 9. U.S. airman witnessed UFO and shadow person while guarding nukes. We've talked about this story before, but it came to more light. Like these, I watch these stories develop. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'll have to read it. Like, I knew about this person a long time ago because he talked to, what's her name? Linda Moulton Howe. She had told the story about this a long time ago. And apparently, so when they come forward and say, I'm the one that said it, it replays again, right? So when I heard about this, I'm like, that story sounds familiar, and sure enough, it was. Freaky Geek says, looks like a boulder or giant walnut, but I can see the ship from Flight of the Navigator. I don't remember that. I'm sure I watched it, but I can't remember it. What it looked like. So Adrian Rester, a former USAF nuclear weapons technician, has spoken about his experiences. Rester had been stationed at Whitman Air Force Base in Missouri between 2003 and 2007, where he was tasked with guarding, moving, and maintaining a stockpile of nuclear weapons. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard the story or not, so that's why I'm talking about it here. Like many of those stationed at such facilities, however, he reported a number of strange sightings and experiences during his time there that even to this day, he's unable to explain. In one instance, Racer encountered a strange object hovering above some nearby trees. I noticed a light or orb hovering above the top of the tree line. I thought it was just a star at the time, but as I continued surveilling the area, the light orb shot above the treetops and hung there for some time. Maybe it was a satellite, I thought. But then it bounced a little in the sky, then shot to the left, which was the north, then shot 90 degrees straight up and disappeared. Even stranger was what he experienced during the summer of 2006. While working on the night shift, he recalled hearing the footsteps of someone without any shoes. I saw what I can't really describe as other than a black mass in the shape of a person standing at 6 feet tall, he said. Not really a shadow, but something that was slightly blurry and didn't reflect any light. To this day, no explanation for either of the phenomena he encountered of either of them have been forthcoming. So what do you think? I mean, again, it's by nukes. So do you think they were planning, like the government, he might have not have known what the government were planning for these nukes, but that the government was looking for, we're going to do some possible nukage, and the aliens were making sure that wasn't going to happen? Is that what maybe shadow people are? What do you guys think? Do you think these are both, or do you think they're separate not incidences, because they are separate things that happen to them at separate times, but are they separate, like, was the alien, the UFO, not in cahoots with shadow people? No idea? Come on, Nicole. You usually have. I don't know. Maybe shadow people are aliens. I don't know. I mean, the shadow people we had just seemed like people, but maybe that's all that they can do when they transform into is shadow people. Well, that's okay, Nicole. You think they're different? Well, like, I mean, I'm trying to think why a shadow person. I can understand why aliens are at a nuke space, but I'm trying to, I guess, understand why a shadow person would be at nuke space. The ones I saw were not people, but more rodent-like ones. So who knows? Like, aliens or shadow? Nicole. I mean, I think aliens come in all shapes and sizes and looks, and, there's different species. Oh, cool, Danielle. I thought shadow people were interdimensional beings. Well, that would make them alien too, then. They could be interdimensional beings. Definitely. So that's what people are saying aliens are as well. They attacked me and my friends, scary ones, but not humans. So who knows? Might be alien. Gotcha. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Definitely. You never know. I mean, you never know. So, number 8, UFO hacker Gary McKinnon shares what he finds. The 56-year-old made headlines news in the early 2000s after he was caught hacking into U.S. government computers. Dun dun dun. So the 56-year-old made headlines news in the early 2000s after he got caught hacking into U.S. government computers. McKinnon, who suffers from Asperger's syndrome, I wouldn't say he suffers from it, but that's just me, becomes the focus of transatlantic legal battle when he was caught hacking into NASA files in an effort to find evidence of UFOs. At the time, the U.S. had wanted to extradite him from the UK to face trials for his crimes, a move in which likely would have sentenced him to more than 70 years in prison. After a great deal of legal wrangling, however, the extradition order was blocked by the UK. These days, McKinnon keeps a low profile. However, he does still speak about what happened and, in particular, exactly what he found after browsing through sensitive government files. Speaking to The Sun recently, he described finding thousands of images, including one of a mysterious cigar-shaped alien spacecraft. It's a fact that there are objects we don't understand flying in our skies. It's also a fact that there are scientific intelligence and military departments that study these objects. I wonder if that's why they're all... okay, hurry back, Danielle. I wonder if they're all... one of the reasons why they're all coming out about this. You know what I mean? Oh shit, they found our files, so we might as well put something out there. I don't know. He said he was absolutely gobsmacked, and those files had thousands of more images. Due to his slow internet connection, however, he was unable to download them all. And that, again, was number 8 on our top 10. Number 7 is Ukraine's astronomers report that they have been seeing UFOs everywhere. Kind of makes sense, though, right? This is one of those things where it kind of makes sense to me because they're in the middle of a war. So, therefore, I would think that they would be seeing more UFOs. Just my take. An ongoing research effort to observe and document UAPs over Ukraine have reportedly turned up quite a lot of sightings. The study, which is being conducted by astronomers from the main astronomical observatory of the National Academy of Science of Ukraine, have been using 2 meteor stations situated in Kyiv and Vinarvica village to scour the heavens for anything strange or unusual. Given that Ukraine is a war zone, it's perhaps not unexpected for there to be lots of planes and drones and other aerial vehicles frequently the skies over the country. But as it turns out, the researchers have been documenting a significant number of objects whose nature is not clear. The paper's authors describe two categories of UAP: cosmics, which are very luminous objects brighter than the sky, and phantoms, very dark objects that appear black against the sky. That's what I'm thinking, Simon. UFOs are probably keeping an eye on things. Exactly. I mean, to me, it makes sense. I don't know. Flights of single group and squadrons of ships were detected, moving at speeds from 3 to 15 degrees per second. Some bright objects exhibit regular brightness via variability in the range of 10 to 20 hertz. Two site observation of UAPs are based out of 120 kilograms with kilometers with two synchronized cameras allowed the detection of variable objects of an altitude of 1,170 kilometers. Hey, Wild Gaming with Jimbo, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So, I mean, it does. It makes sense to me. Where there's war, there's going to be UFO sightings. We've been hearing about that for eons. I mean, look at the Foo Fighters. Look at the UFOs that... Was it George Washington? No, it wasn't George Washington. It was one of our presidents that saw UFOs during a war. I mean, that's interesting, though, just speaking out about that. One of our presidents during a war, it was like, I don't know if it was a Civil War, I can't remember, but we didn't have nukes back then, or did we? I don't know. I doubt it. George Washington era time. So why would they worry then? Were they... that's a good... It's got me thinking now. No, it wasn't Nixon. God. Who was it? I can't for the life of me remember. Eisenhower? Jimmy Carter did. Yes, he did. He was very outspoken when it came to that he saw. No, that's good, Freaky, because I knew who you were talking about. That was perfect. Yeah, but it wasn't Jimmy Carter I'm talking about. I'm talking more towards George Washington era. In that time frame, before we had nukes. Nope, not Harry Truman. Hold on. Now I gotta look it up, right? That's what we do here. Presidents. Who saw UFOs? Yes, we know Jimmy Carter. Eisenhower. Truman. I mean, you guys aren't wrong. But I'm looking more... Truman, Carter, Ronald Reagan, Clinton, Barack Obama. Speaking of Barack Obama, I don't know if you guys have heard, but the Obamas are doing, which is weird, right? With this one, it says Barack Obama. There is no record of President Barack Obama caring too much about ufology. In fact, everything he has ever said on record about alien life was pretty flippant. But those around him during his administration took it seriously enough. Obama once said, people always ask me about Roswell and the aliens and UFOs, and it turns out the stuff going on that's top secret isn't nearly as exciting as you expect. He once said during an interview, in this day and age, it's not as top secret as you would think. That being said, let me tell you something, okay? What I find it weird, I mean, they're right. That's how he's always been about, because I watch all the presidents and how they react to UFO knowledge. Because I believe that they're not being told everything. It's a black ops. If there's black ops stuff going on above their pay grade, they ain't going to know, right? I believe that's just my belief that presidents are just all puppets. But anyway, it's interesting enough that he thought about UFOs like that him and his wife are doing the Betty and Barney Hill thing on Netflix. Have you heard about this? There's a new documentary of Betty and Barney Hill's experience. Now, they were the interracial couple that I've talked to about many a times. That were abducted by the aliens, and like Betty Hill is the one that drew the very first star map that aliens told her what the stars were, where they were from, and she did a map of what she saw. And back then, it wasn't like, it didn't come till later that what she mapped out was actually true, and she would have no way of knowing that. Where the stars were lined up and stuff like that. So anyway, I think it's very weird that Barack Obama and his wife are doing this documentary. Isn't that weird? Kind of odd. But anyway, that's not helping me. God, am I in the middle of a Mandela effect? Did it change? Like, older presidents? That doesn't help. No. Like, maybe it was George. I don't think it was Washington, but excuse me, George Washington. Maybe it was. Did George Washington have an alien encounter in Valley Forge, one that gave him mystical protection through the American Revolutionary War? I don't think it was him, though. I don't know. But anyway, one of them, maybe it was a Senate. I don't know. It could have been a senator. Yeah, that's what I'm not. I know that they had experience as well. I mean, Eisenhower's granddaughter talks about aliens all the time. Eisenhower was the big one that everybody knows because he was the one that was supposedly made the pact with the aliens. But yeah, but it wasn't like it was like Washington Lincoln era. Oh, maybe it was Jefferson. I almost said George Jefferson. Wow, that's bad. Let me see if this brings it up. In 1801, Thomas Jefferson, our national vice president, then vice president, who that year would become our third president, blah, blah, blah. As the incoming president, Jefferson was along with Harry Truman. It doesn't help me, but it might have been Jefferson. Let's see. Jefferson. Oh my God. See, even with the lights on, I can't type. Thomas Jefferson once reported claims a UFO. Now that I've looked at all this, like, what were we talking about? April 5th, 1800, William Dunbar, a 50-year-old plantation owner and Natchez resident, achieved some notoriety for his scientific discoveries. This is not helping me any. That Jefferson, about what he saw in Baton Rouge, faithfully retorted under the title Description of a Singular Phenomenon Seen in Baton Rouge by William Dunbar. It appeared to be the size of a large house, 70 or 80 feet long. Maybe that's, I don't know if they were in war, though. Yeah, that doesn't help me. But anyway, you know, UFOs been, every time that there's a war, they've been seen around. You know? So therefore, you know, it doesn't surprise me that Ukraine is seeing all these UFOs. I wonder if Russia's seeing them too. I don't know. All right. Let's see. That was number 7. Number 6. New high-res version of 1970 UFO photograph revealed. Taken from a plane in 1971, the image shows that it appears to be a metallic saucer flying through the air. Aliens might think we are like an arcade game every time there's war. Yeah, it could be. Simon said they were seen in World War I as phantom airships over England. Yeah. Foo Fighters. So here is the photograph. Is this a genuine object or a deliberate hoax? Taken from a plane in 1971, the image shows what appears to be a metallic flying saucer through the air. Having been the subject of intrigue and debate for several decades, the fascinating UFO photograph was recently brought back into the limelight thanks to enthusiast Esteban Carranza, who was able to secure the original image and publish a high-res version online. The original was captured by National Geographic Institute of Costa Rica in 1971 when aerial photographer Sergio Lozia used an automated camera to take snaps from 10,000 feet. Nothing was seen at the time, but when the photographs were examined afterwards, one of them included a mysterious metal disc that nobody was able to explain. UFO researchers Ricardo Vilches, Dr. Richard Haynes, and Dr. Jacques Vallée later played down the likelihood that the image showed anything otherworldly. However, the picture has still remained a topic of discussion and debate in the intervening years. This latest high-res version was obtained by Carranza after he tracked down the original technician who was in charge of the camera in 1971. It shows the anomalous disc is more detailed than ever. Whether or not it can prove the authenticity of the shot, however, remains to be unseen. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, that's a... Oh, shit. That's a pretty good... Let's see. Let us blow this up. Freaky Geek. I see the word aliens and my brain translates it to airlines. So what do you guys think? I mean, he said that there was nothing seen as they were taking the picture. Let me go ahead and go back down to this one. This is the full picture. Oh, it's going to take me to Twitter. Hold on. So when they took the picture, they're taking obviously this. They didn't see anything, but when they took the picture, that was spotted. So what do you guys think? Is it a UFO? Hybrid is either bred with weed in it or two different animals' offspring. Oh. So that has been making the rounds, obviously. Where are we? Number 5. Clip of saucer-shaped UFO goes viral on TikTok. Footage of a large disc-shaped object emerging from the clouds has racked up millions of views on social media. Hey Terry, how you doing? So this is the photograph of the TikTok that's going around. Footage of a large-shaped disc object emerging from the clouds has racked up millions of views on social media. The clip was hold on, let me get a sip of coffee. Sorry. All right. The clip, which was posted by TikTok user Nisha Higgins, shows a very thin, very wide flying saucer emerging from a large clump of clouds somewhere over the United States. What is that? It's the craziest shit I've seen in my life, a female voice can be heard saying. The video soon went viral, with the original TikTok video attracting 450,000 likes and re-uploaded on Twitter, receiving almost 4 million likes. I want to see the video. Okay. There is no way. No way. You're telling me. No, wait a minute. I hate this new... Okay, there we go. Hold on. Can I blow this up? I hate this. I don't. No. I don't know. I mean, I can't really hear their voice either. Hold on. Sorry if this is loud, guys.
What the fuck is that? Like, that is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life, bro.
I think there'd be, to me, that reaction right there, and this is just my opinion, I think it's very low-key. I just do. I feel like it's very low-key. Are there two things in the cloud or just one? I'm thinking some sort of app for TikTok. It could be. I mean, yeah. It just, I don't see that being it. Yeah, I don't know. Some social media users have suggested that the footage could be some form of marketing for director Jordan Peele's upcoming science fiction horror movie Nope. Well, remember, these are stories from 2022. Nope is already out. I haven't seen it myself. However, the man himself actually replied to the posting on Twitter, writing, "That's not one of mine." In truth, the most likely explanation for the phenomenon is that it's a lenticular cloud, a type of cloud that appears as a vivid disc-shaped formation that can be an often mistaken for a UFO. Now, I've seen many of those, and that's what I was thinking when I first started talking about it before I seen the picture. But yeah, I definitely think that. Yeah, I would have pulled over. Exactly, Jimbo. Seeing something like that, exactly. I mean, maybe it's because I've been around this and researching it for a long time. I don't know. I would have pulled over as well. I Either that or I would have screamed like a little church girl and, you know, freaked out. I mean, I don't know how I would react to something like that, but I wouldn't have reacted going, "The fuck is that?" Well, I might have started out and then I would have been like, pull over, need to check, the reaction just didn't match it as my feeling on it. True. Pulling over seems like the smart and safe thing to do while driving. Well, she could have been a passenger too. But I mean, I have seen a lot of clouds that I look at them and I'm like, I do a double take at them, just but obviously they're just clouds. All right, number 3. Oh no, we're on number 4. Sorry, number 4. U.S. Army helicopter footage of 3 UIPs has been released. Excuse me. U.S. Army helicopters footage of 3 UAPs have been released. Genuine footage recorded by the pilots of the U.S. Army helicopter shows 3 unidentified fast-moving objects. The sightings, which occurred on November 6, 2018, was captured on camera by pilots of the U.S. Army AH-64 Apache attack helicopter during a training flight in Arizona. The story comes courtesy of The Debrief, which interviewed several individuals, including a former Customs and Border Patrol agent, who confirmed that it just isn't the U.S. Navy pilots who have been encountering unidentified aerial phenomenon over U.S. airspace. So let's look at the footage. Hopefully it's not loud, guys. Be careful if it is. I'm sorry. I'll never get the hang of OBS. Okay, we're...
Longbow 281, taxi north to Tower 2 West Slopes, 1 count.
Apparently we're in Apache helicopter.
Are those 3 really fast flying jets up there?
Probably some A-10s or some F-16s.
Oh.
No, we're not looking
Yep,
up there.
right up here.
Crest Tower Longbow 281, lane 4, request West Slopes.
Longbow 281, taxi north to Tower 2 West Slopes, 1 count.
281, roger.
Are those 3 really fast flying jets up there?
Probably some A-10s or some F-16s. No, we're not looking up there.
What do you guys think? I have not heard any complaints about noise from upstairs. Well, I'm hoping that I don't cause you any, complaints. So what do you guys think? The tracking rate was exceptionally fast. Obviously, he mentioned that in the video, right? He's like, is there any fast flying jets up there? Even if there was only a mile away, I calculated them approximately going 1.28 meters, which is past the speed of sound. The circular dance maneuver is just not plausible. They do a 360-degree turn in less than 3 seconds. There's software that you type in what you want, and the software makes it look real. So, Jimbo, do you think this? I mean, this is apparently from an Apache helicopter, though. Well, I mean, if they're disinforming, right? They're disinforming agencies. Oh, or are you talking the other clip? You're probably talking about the other clip. Sorry. Yeah, the TikTok video. Yeah, I mean, it's just they're really now here when I say reaction for them with the Apache helicopter, they're trained to be like that, right? Yeah, that's what I figured the other clip. They're trained to keep eye out of weirdness and not freak out, right? So when they're, you know, all right, freaky, I'm playing this back for you. So them not freaking out doesn't, it makes sense because they're used to shit like that. All right. We'll keep playing this. See the 3?
16s. Nah, we're not looking up there. West slopes.
Runway 281, taxi north to Tower 2 West slopes, 1 com.
281, roger.
Wow, there's 3 really fast flying jets up there.
Probably some A-10s or some F-16s. Nah, we're not looking up there.
Oh yeah, you can see better on that one. How they turned. Is that one huge
Runway
thing?
281, taxi north to Tower 2 West slopes, 1 com.
281, roger.
Wow, there's 3 really fast flying jets up there.
Probably some A-10s or some F-16s. Nah, we're not looking up there.
That was really fast. And this is, like I said,
Runway 281, taxi north to Tower 2 West slopes, 1
freaky,
com.
this is an Apache helicopter.
Wow, there's 3 really fast flying jets up there.
Probably some A-10s or some F-16s. Nah, we're not looking
Yeah,
up there.
it's crazy, right, Jimbo? The way they, yeah, that's wild. That's crazy. I don't even know what to say to that. Yeah, it's because they're putting it in different spectrums so you could see it better. But it does look like a Sonic game, right? Yeah, I didn't hear about that one. You know what? I miss a lot of the UFO stuff on Twitter just because the Twitterverse, you know how it is. The ufology out there, people arguing with each other. I try to clip on, if there's something new that comes on, I try to click on it and see the information, but usually I stay away from it, you know, unless, like Blackball, if he, you know, posts something, I'll read, you know, his stuff, obviously, because I want to know what shit he got from the government, but, yeah, I try to stay away from it. All right, so that was crazy. That's definitely a crazy one, you know. Number 3, aerial. You know, and this was pisses me off. I know about this one, about the Alaska UFO, and it's like, what, they wait for me to leave? Like now, when I was up there, when I was living there, right? I was part of the Alaska UFO group. I watched for different things in Alaska to see, you know, I watch the skies up there, obviously. I leave, and then there's postings of boom, 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 boom. I'm so, like, postings after postings of all these events that are happening in Alaska, and I'm like, really? Really? This is not cool. I'm so upset about that. So, aerial anomaly over Alaska sparks UFO speculation. A resident took to social media to share photographs of an anomalous cloud. Yeah, I remember this. Like trail over Lazy Mountain, resembling a long spiraling shaft of cloud or plume from some sort of rocket. The phenomenon was first sighted by locals on Thursday morning around 7 a.m. When photographs started appearing online, social media users were left speculating over what it could have been. Theories include a UFO, a satellite, volcanic eruption. That's not a volcanic eruption. I mean, I can understand where they're coming from, but and even a missile connected to the current conflict in Ukraine. So numerous were the reports to the Alaska State Troopers and Alaska Rescue Coordination Center began coordinating a potential rescue operation in the event that there had been a plane crash, which is not uncommon for Alaska. They have a lot of them, unfortunately. A rescue helicopter which flew over the region, however, reported finding nothing on the ground. An investigation later indicated that the phenomenon could have been the contrail of an airplane. Further investigation revealed that a large commercial jet was flying in the area around the time that the photos and video were taken. Troopers believe that the photos and videos show a contrail. That's not a normal contrail. I mean, I get it, why they would say that, but to me, that is not a normal contrail. Or chemtrail, for that matter. I mean, maybe because it's zoomed in. I mean, farther away, I could see it looking like a normal contrail. You got the two jets on the side, obviously. But that would worry me, honestly. That would worry me. Troops believe that the photos and videos show a contrail from the commercial jet combined with the rising sun, which together caused the unique atmosphere sight. Definitely could be. Looks like a bolt of lightning to me. It is very interesting. Here, let's open it up, and I know it's going to scramble because I'm going to zoom in. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. Let's look. And it's so hard because in Alaska, I can't for the life of me explain this anymore, that the sound ricochets different so much to where, I mean, I was only in Alaska for 5 years, right? But I had to get used to how the sounds work down here in the lower 48s, right? Here in New York. It's weird because, like, it throws you off because you, like, there's so many mountains in your, especially where I was, you guys seen, in Valdez, there's mountains all around. I'm on a little tiny island surrounded by mountains, right? So the sound ricochets, like, tremendously. You get a good gust of air and it sounds like wood chimes, you know what I mean? But, so, like, even the sound from an airplane is different than it would be down here in the lower 48s. It's very weird. Question, is there two pictures side by side, or... No, it's the same picture, only this one's more close up, I believe. Maybe not. It could be, I don't know. It could be like the other one. Hold on. Yeah, I think this one's just, the one on this side is just blown up a little bit more, like zoomed in. It's the same picture, but zoomed in. Does that make sense? Oh, my Streamlabs decided to work. Isn't that lovely nice? Yeah. Okay, I thought the white line was between two objects. Nope. It was two pictures side by side. All right, that was number 3. Number 2 is UFO shows up during Queen's Jubilee celebration. Yeah, I've seen this one. What do you guys think about this one? Because an unidentified object was picked up on camera during the weekend celebration of the Platinum Jubilee, right? Have you seen this one? Because it is wild. At first I didn't see it, but then I saw it. And then you could not, you can't unsee it once you see it. So an unidentified object was picked up on camera during the weekend celebration of the Platinum Jubilee. As the UK united in celebration of Queen Elizabeth II's 70th years on throne, eagle-eyed viewers of the Jubilee celebration spotted something unusual on the TV coverage of the event. The anomalous sighting occurred following a flypast of several historic aircrafts, just as the red arrows came into view, leaving a trail of red, white, and blue smoke behind them. The footage was generated quite a bit of interest online and left social media users speculating over the mysterious object what it could be. So, it's going to. Right. See it right there? Zoom on by. What's your take on that? Because I was like, at first I didn't see it. I'm like, what are they talking about? And then I was like, oh, snap. What do you think it is? Is it a bird? A lot of people are saying it's a bird. There is no way. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. I don't know. I could be. I'm never saying, I'm not saying. What do you guys think it is? Is it a bird? Is it an airplane? Whatever it is, it's nuts. Yeah. Sure, Freaky. It does look like a blurred out close-up of a golf ball. But it's flying through the air with the jets. You know what I mean? You see it here? It could be a golf ball. But I don't see a golf ball flying through the air that. See it flying? This is what I do, guys, when I watch videos. Stop, start, stop, start. It's crazy, though. To me, that's crazy. It's like one of those things where they're like showing up more. They don't care who sees. Do you guys get that feeling too? Like they don't give a shit anymore of who sees. That there is enough conscientious people out there in the world that are like, yeah, we know it's true. Who cares what anybody else thinks? So they're like, you know what? Who cares what anybody else thinks? We'll be captured on camera. Why not? Yeah, I don't think so, Freaky. I mean, it could be. I don't know. Freaky Geeks the Jet scared a butt nugget from the passing bird. That could be. And the number 1 top 10 UFO 2002 category is a classified 1990 UFO. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I remembered when this came out, too. UFO photograph has resurfaced 32 years. Okay. Yeah, pause and play, right? All right, so when this came up, this sparked my whole question about, Andy answered the question on me. I can't remember what the hell I was asking, to be honest, but I remember this. Anyway, this sparked a whole lot of shit on Twitter. If it's the photograph, I think it is. Yes, it is. This sparked so much shit on Twitter. It was crazy. So, this is the picture. A photo taken by two men who spotted a strange object above Scotland in 1990 has finally been published. On August 4th of this year, two young chefs had been walking in the Cairngorms. Wait a minute. Cairngorms? I don't know, National Park, near Perth, when they spotted a strange diamond-shaped object in the sky nearby. Terrified, the men hid behind some bushes to observe the mysterious craft. Short time later, they heard the sound of a RAF jet approaching. The plane seemed to change course and circled the UFO for a time before returning to its original course. Keen to take a photograph, one of the men aimed the camera at the sky and took a few snaps. A few seconds later, the object flew upwards into the heavens and was gone. Convinced that they had seen a UFO, the men passed their best photograph along to a newspaper. However, it was promptly handed over to the Ministry of Defense and was never published. The image would stay classified, in fact, for over 30 years until it turned out that retired RAF officer Craig Lindsay had broken protocol by stashing a copy of it inside his desk. Now at 83, he is only too happy to provide the image so that it could finally see the light of day. Intriguing. It shows exactly what the men had described, a diamond-shaped object hovering in the sky with the RAF jet visible circling in the background. Now, it didn't say anything about this, but isn't that the picture that was hanging on what's his name's wall? Now I have to go to Twitter. Because I want to check something out. Oh, look, Yuri Geller posted. We talk about him all the time. What do you guys think? Friends was sent. That looks like a drone. Anyway, sorry. Who was head of the crap. Who was the head of the Ministry of Defense? Nick Pope. Wasn't that the picture that was supposedly he had? I thought that was the picture that he had on his wall. Pope UFO picture. Hey Claire, how you doing? Because, yeah, there I go. Oh no. So Jimmy Church says the Calvine UFO photo has been revealed. This is the high-res scan of the original image. Kind of funny after Nick Pope and I discussed it in depth on this show. Looks like the restaurant on the Seattle Needle. You think so? But isn't this... Hold on, I want to make sure. Nick, former UK MOD, helped oversee a mock replica of a classified... Oh, okay. So he had a mock? Oh, well, I hope she recovers fast, Claire. Because I know he was talking about it. And I asked the question, why would somebody, because he's like, that may or may not be the photograph that was on my wall, hanging on my wall in my office. And I'm like, why would somebody do that? Is that disinformation, or is that, because you got to think about that, because there are disformants in the world, right? So I was like, when this picture came out, that's what he tweeted. He's like, I may or may not have had that photo on my wall at the Ministry of Defense, but it disappeared. He said it disappeared. Now it might be a mock-up of that original photo. I don't know. Anyway, I haven't really paid attention. Because people are saying, like, when they first showed this part right here wasn't in the frame. Right? So people were saying that's an island, it's in the water, and we're seeing a reflection. It's not really diamond-shaped. I remember this went down over Twitter huge. Like, people were talking about this forever. And arguing back and forth. This was one of the reasons I stopped listening to Twitter. Like, I just read the headlines. What do I do? In the beginning of the show, I tell everybody, research, don't just read headlines, right? And here I am. That's what I do on Twitter, because I don't want to hear everybody's argument. I want to take it in and be my own, I want to figure out what's going on, whether it's false or not. But I don't argue with anybody, and that's what pisses me off about UFO Twitter. But, I mean, some people do have decent conversations about it, don't get me wrong. But, so this is the photograph. This was huge. And, so do you guys think it's real? This happened in 1990 in Scotland. And that was the picture. And it was classified. Like, it was like they took it and hid it. Me right there tells me, well, there must be something to it if they hid it. Right? Right, exactly, Jimbo. Like you said, they were fighting about this. I wasn't there. I don't know. Exactly. But for them to hide it, the Ministry of Defense hiding that, to me, that says something. And they hid it, like, for 32 years until the guy's like, well, screw it. I'm old now. I don't care. Here you go. Here's the picture. I don't know. It's crazy to me. But I remember. And for Nick Pope, like I said, to sit there and say, this may or may not be the picture that was hanging on my wall. Like, he had it on his wall hanging. Can you imagine? Like, he had it on his wall hanging in front of everybody. You know what I mean? Without just put it up there, no problem, Jimbo, it does say something, you're right. Yeah, it's for some reason. That's what I look at, is like things like that, especially when it comes to government. It's just one of those things that I read between the lines, I guess. I don't know. But everybody, yeah, this was a huge thing, like I said. And I can see where people are like, it's a reflection of a mountain in the water with a plane going overhead. The plane would be up here, right? I get it. I totally get it. But I don't think it is. I don't know, but I don't think it is. With this just being a photo, it could be a tossed hubcap. Yeah, you don't know. But to me, what that says to me when they say the government hid it, what that says to me is that that shows something that they've seen before that they don't want the public, if they're hiding it, they don't want the public to see. I mean, that's just my opinion on it. Like, it's something that they tangibly know or seen. So, that's just my take on it. All right, and that wraps up the 10 top UFO stories of 2022. Now, we go and we find the top paranormal stories of 2022. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to clown around? Sorry, I was watching a documentary on the big comfy couch. But anyway, that's what my kids were into. Thank you for those claps, Jimbo. So the number 10 of the top 10 paranormal stories of 2022 is about Bigelow returns with a new 1 million outfit. Remember, we talked about this, to contact the other side. Now, you guys know how I feel about Bigelow. I actually agree with him when it comes to paranormal stuff, as well as, you know, other stuff that it plays with you. You're not ever gonna find out, right? And it does spark the question, do you really want to find out what it is? Because if you do, wouldn't life be boring? Like, I would be so bored if there was no unexplained stories, you know, because that's what I'm into. That's what I love. It's the paranormal, UFO, and cryptozoology. You guys know this, right? So if I didn't have that, I'd be bored out of my mind, really, researching. I really would be bored out of my mind. But like he said, owning Skinwalker Ranch, in his interview with George Knapp, he was like, listen, it toys with you. You think you figure it out and you don't. And it's right. He's right. The universe is like that. That's what keeps you going, right? It's kind of like even opening up spiritually, right? You find out, you think you got a grasp on why this is what it is. And then something else comes along and you're like, oh, crap. That changes my whole... That's why I tell everybody it's okay to change what you're thinking or what you're feeling about, you know? So, with Robert Bigelow, like when it came to communicating with the other side, it was an experience he was trying to have. His wife was still alive at that point in time. Sorry, I hit the mic. His wife was still alive at that, but she had passed on, and afterwards he wanted to find if there's life on the other side. So back in 2021, the Bigelow Aerospace founder and entrepreneur launched a drive to encourage scientists, philosophers, and other thinkers to pen essays laying down the case for life after death. Through the Bigelow Institute for Conscious Studies, he offered a prize totaling $1 million for the best and most convincing entries. In the end, 29 essays were selected. The winners were chosen based on the power of the arguments presented and how persuasively the essays made the case for survival of human consciousness beyond a reasonable doubt. The Institute said in a statement at that time, I read that wrong. The Institute said in a statement at that time. Sorry, I put too much emphasis on that. Now, however, it seems as though Bigelow is not done with his mission to prove that there is an afterlife, because he is following up the essays contest with a drive for researchers to conduct actual experiments resulting in genuine communication with someone on the other side. Another $1 million is up for grabs, divided up into several smaller grants to be awarded to research teams based on the value of their proposals, laying out how they intend to accomplish this. Exactly how researchers will propose to accomplish such a feat remains unclear, but it will certainly be interesting to see for what the winning teams are planned to do. This is really interesting. Sorry, guys, I really had to take a sip there. This is really interesting because this is what I loved it to, right? This is why we did the magnet test and everything like that, the magnet experiment. Is because, like, these people are going to come up with how to accomplish this, right? And that means they're going to have to, I would love to be one of these teams trying to do this. I don't know how the hell I would do this, but because it's going to be more than just your EVPs. He's past that. He's past that, right? He wants something, he wants to talk to his wife. That's what he wants. Just like you would love to talk to, I'm sure, past loved ones that have passed on. He wants to talk to his wife. I think that's why he's his bassist. From his interview with George Knapp, that's what I take away from this. And he's definitely, like it says, Bigelow is clearly dedicated to finding an answer to what perhaps the biggest unexplained mystery of the human condition, and it is unlikely to be satisfied until it has found it. I don't believe he's ever going to find it. We're not going to find it. We're just not. We're not meant to. Or if we do, then we die. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But there's always going to be something else. Always going to be something else. Yes, you have your core beliefs, right? But is it your core knowing? I don't think we're ever going to find out. So that was number 10. Number 9, ghost hunters photograph hooded figure in Sherwood Forest. Alleged apparition has been caught on camera in the woods, thought to have been once frequented by Robin Hood. So, I hope that's not the picture, because, well, I guess it is the picture. I can't do photographs like that. I mean, I can. It's brighter on the big picture. That's why I'm looking over that way, guys. So, there are few forests in England as famous as Sherwood, the home of the legendary and mostly fictional Robin Hood and his band of merry men as they robbed from the rich and gave to the poor. So steeped in history in this stretch of woodlands that it has become a popular visitor attraction, as well as target for paranormal investigators hoping to capture evidence of its long-deceased inhabitants. Most recently, a paranormal investigator, Dean Buckley, and his spiritual medium partner, Veronica, had been exploring the woods when they captured something unusual on camera. Let's open this up and really explore it. I mean, it definitely looks like it'd be a monkish type figure. I want to know what they're... Hold on one second, guys. Oh, get that guy out there. Do you see that? Get Kansas City out of there. Aaron Rodgers, you too. Okay. I want to know what they were taking a picture of. Or if they're just... It was January 29th after 11:30 in the evening, meaning that the place was pitch dark. So they must have been just snapping pictures. I'm interested in Robin Hood, always have been, said Dean. I've caught it on my camera and I was excited. When we're in the forest, we felt we were being watched from all angles. We felt it every time we went deeper. We heard whistles and footsteps behind us and saw shadows. We would call out to them. I felt excited, as I always do. It doesn't bother me. Sadly, though, the photograph isn't exactly clear, appearing as a vague shape in gloom. Could be one of Robin Hood's men? Could be. Well, it's possible. We're likely to ever know. Unlikely to know for sure. The thing of it is I wish they would have taken a picture. Like, I guess you can tell this is kind of a trail here. I would love to. What is that over there? Hey, what is going on with my? Okay, hold on. Apparently, what is going on? There we go. Is that the moon? What is this up here? Hold on. Is that like a cloud? I'm just trying to get perception here. Where is like, is this a tree? Or is that a tree? Like, what are we seeing? Is it taken in with IR? Is it taken just a regular? Like, I would love more information. I mean, it looks like it might be IR just the way this is turning out here. Or even maybe violet. Because this is purplish. I would love to know more information. I would love to see a picture side by side of what it looks like in the daylight. That's hard to tell. But if it is spirit, it definitely looks like, I can see it being monkish. It looks like it's wearing a cloak. A hoodie cloak of some sort. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? All right. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. All right. Number 8. CCTV footage of a ghost roaming around a house. I don't think I've seen this one. When Joey and Amy Reddick recently moved into their new home, they had initially dismissed claims that the property was haunted by something demonic, and for a time everything was fine. This would all change, however, when they captured something unusual on CCTV. The video, which can be viewed below, shows what they believe to be a ghostly apparition, which was recorded moving around the house in the early hours of the morning. What's more, it seems as though one of the couple's pet cats can be seen reacting to it. After analyzing the footage and doing some digging, Joey now believes that the clip shows the ghost of an elderly woman who he discovered had died on the property some years ago. A woman died in our bedroom many years ago, he said. The neighbors say she was taken out by paramedics in her nightgown. In this video, you can see the figure is wearing a nightie. The person we're running from said that they thought they felt a presence, and the previous runner said that it was demonic entities, shadows, and something watching her while she slept. After the video, I have the feeling that I am being watched. Well, yeah. I'll be sitting watching TV in the living room, and in the hallway on my right, I can see something out the corner of my eye, but there's nothing there. All right, so ready? Here's the video. Was that somebody coming out of the... Ah. I don't know, guys. I feel like because CCTV does glitch at times, just the way like, is that somebody coming out the door and shutting it? Do you know what I mean? Like, it looks like somebody coming out the door and shutting it. And that's what it sounds like, too. I just feel like it glitched. I don't think that's a ghost. I mean, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Let me watch it up here. Yeah, I just think it's glitching. All right, let me pull it over on. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Because I just think it's glitching. I don't think it's spirit. It just acts like how it would if somebody was coming out the door. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys would know. All right. Number 7. Ghost hunters photograph eerie figure in derelict church. I think I've seen this one, yeah. So paranormal investigators have captured an image of a mysterious figure in the abandoned church of Cornwall, known as Penningiger's Paranormal Pansies. The group, which consists of Mark Earl, William Ives, and Ollie Earl, have been doing a live-streamed investigation at St. Day's Church near Redruth last December, when some of their viewers noticed something unusual in one of their windows. The building itself is a derelict, and the upstairs floor is missing entirely, meaning that there's no way there should have been anyone up there. There's no inside of the church, Earl told Cornwall Live. It's all been stripped out. As we're walking down on the live stream, you can see the outline of a girl in the window. Our viewers said the same, that it's a little girl. It's shaken us up a bit. We're not the type to make things up. We'll say it's nothing if we investigate somewhere and it's nothing. So what do you guys think? Here's the picture. I wish I had the video. I'm sure I could find it somewhere, but let us look. I mean, it could be. I would love to see the before and after of this. Like, if there was a before and after picture, or, you know, like I said, I wish I could see the video. I'm sure I can search it up and look at it. To see if that was there before or not there. I mean, I believe them, you know, for the most part of, you know, it was there and then it wasn't there or whatnot, but yeah, I'll definitely have to look that up and watch a video of it. I'm surprised they didn't include it. Usually they include it in here. All right. Number 6. Possessed children reported to walk up the walls. Now, we all heard about this. This was a big story. This happened at the Demon House that Zach now owns, that I believe he demolished. But we've talked about this before. You know, the CPS was called, basically. Child Protective Services, that's what it's called here in New York. Other places, it's called something different. But anyway, They said medical staff reported they observed the children and heard the 7-year-old making growling noises and his eyes rolled back into his head. They observed the young boy lifted and thrown into a wall with nobody touching him. He had weird grin on his face and began to walk backwards while the grandmother was holding his hand, and he walked up the wall backwards while holding the grandmother's hand, and he never let go. He flipped over and landed in his feet in front of the grandmother and sat down in the chair. Some doubts exist over the nature of this phenomenon. However, was also reported that the mother had been suffering from mental illness and the children may have been performing for her. Listen. And in the end, all 3 were taken away by child services. What I'm saying right there, with that being said, okay, I don't think if they observed this happening, I don't think they would have been taken away. I'm just saying. If they saw this happening and the mother was trying to figure out what the hell is happening to her children, right? I don't think they would be taken away. Could be wrong. But unless they're being taken away to be studied. Do you know what I mean? I don't see them being taken away if this was legit. Just my take. What do you guys think? Do you think there's something going on that to where they're... I don't know. I mean, why would they be taken away? I mean, institutionalized, like if they were taken away from Child Protective Services, that means there's an implication of child abuse, right? If the caseworker saw that this actual demonic stuff was happening, I don't think... You think they were taken away for testing? That could be you could be very well right, Jimbo. I don't know. I don't think it's ever been followed up after. I don't know. But I would love, obviously we're not going to see the paperwork because client confidentiality, right? Or the HIPAA law or anything like that. But I don't think they'd be taken away by CPS, though. But of course it is the government. Right? All right. It's definitely a creepy story anyway. Definitely a creepy story. All right. Number 5 in the paranormal world. Creepy figure shows up in photo of notoriously haunted jail. I believe we talked about this one. Is that it? Cover up. Yeah, definitely. That's what I mean about the government. Cover up. Definitely could be. No, it's this one. Okay. I do remember this story. We covered this when it went on. Paranormal investigator Candace Collins maintains that the image shows the spirit of an old man with glasses. Yep. Built in 1779 before closing down in 1927, Bodham Jail is nestled in the edge of Bodham Moor in Cornwall, England, where it has since been turned into a hotel, museum, and gift shop. Over the years, the haunted reputation has also attracted the attention of numerous ghost hunting shows, paranormal investigators, and others keen to experience something unexplained. One such visitor was Candace Collins, who 14 years ago was captured on camera next to a rather unexpected extra. All right, Freaky Geek, thanks for coming in, hon. Happy New Year to you as well. Remember, 2023 is your year. So yeah, she had this. It definitely. Is this going to show? Okay. You definitely can see him. Maybe this isn't the one. I thought the one I saw was down a tunnel. I don't know. But yeah. There's that one. Let's open these. I don't want to save image. Hopefully that didn't click on that. Although probably. Yeah, you definitely can see him. I know, right, Freaky? I know. That one makes him look like he's got a long-ass chin. Or is it just me? He looks creepy in that photo. He looks really freaky in that one. Like, that's a long-ass chin. It reminds me of, like, the skeletons off of Coco, the movie Coco. Pretty cool. It almost... I wonder what type of film. Was this when was this? Hold on. When was this? When did she take this? It was 15 years ago. 15 years ago, I'm trying to think of what camera would have been around, because could this be a copy over? Because, I mean, you can definitely see his head there. He's wearing, like, a white wife beater shirt. His arms, like, he's crouched. Like, you can definitely see that. What cameras were around 15 years ago? I can't remember. Not that I'm always disproving or debunking stuff. I mean, obviously, that's a great capture if it's a ghost. But you don't see any bleed through either from the back of, like, here. You would think there would be bleed through if it was a crop over. Or if it bled. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you guys think? It's a great... That looks so weird. I'm just looking at the eyes and the chin. That chin gets me every time. I don't know. Number 4, family unearths creepy photograph under their floorboards of their home. Dun dun dun. The image, which appears to date back to the 1960s, seems to show a ghostly extra hovering in the background. Is it that? When Beverly Edmondson Cropper, her partner and son, peered beneath the floorboards during renovation work at their home in Lancashire, recently, the last thing that they expected to find was a photograph left by the previous occupants of the house. When they looked closer, however, it was evident that there was something off about it. The image, which shows a family standing in front of a Gothic archway of a church entrance, also shows a strange, distorted, or semi-transparent figure standing in the background. They were so spooked by the discovery, in fact, that they decided to put it back where they found it. There looks to be like a monk in the doorway of the photograph. It's a bit creepy. No one claimed the photo, so my son reburied it in the floorboard. Him and his dad had just moved in, and they were doing the property up, so we don't know the previous owners. While many social media users suggested that the figure in the background could be a ghost, others are more skeptical, instead maintaining that there was more likely a photographic double exposure. That was the word I was trying to say on the other one. If this were true, however, why would the previous owners have sealed it up under a floorboard? Maybe it just, I don't know, maybe it just fell. So, where is this monk? Is this the monk back here? Is that what we're looking at? I don't know. Or is this the guy? I'm trying to look on the other monitor because over here I can't see. I'm not seeing it. Are you guys seeing it? Is this what we're looking at? Is this guy? I don't know. I'm not seeing anything, honestly. Unless it's this guy. If it's this guy, I understand. What they're saying, I don't know. But if it is that guy, it definitely looks like double exposure. But it maybe not. I don't know. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below if you're reading this or watching this after. All right. Ghost hunters get ordained after hobgoblin encounter. A pair of paranormal investigators had a terrifying experience with a mysterious growling creature. So apparently this happened in Yorkshire. The incident occurred around 8 years ago with Vic Harbour and Christine Townsend, along with members of the East Yorkshire Society Research Group. They decided to conduct an investigation at St. Lawrence Church in Atwick, England. Yeah, I don't know about that one. It's crazy. I don't see it. I could be wrong. I don't know. But they quickly got more than they bargained for it, however, when Christine began to hear what sounded like growling sounds coming from the immediate vicinity. Going to the church ground, I got an eerie feeling straight away, she said. It wasn't long into the investigation when I actually heard like a growl. I heard it 3, then 4 times. After the 4th time, I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. I thought, well, this is ridiculous. When you hear a growl, it's in a negative energy. It's inhuman. It's obviously not very nice. The pair later discovered that according to local legend, Atwick was once terrorized by a hobgoblin, a demonic creature said to be capable of shapeshifting to one form into another. In the end, they were both so spooked that by their experience, they ended up getting ordained. Still to this day, we're not 100% sure what we encountered, said Christine. When you start thinking about all this folklore from years ago, you start thinking, well, is it true? Is there truth to some folklore? I think there is. But I don't know if it would make me get ordained. But, hey. I've had encounters where, I was told it was, gnomes. That was terrorizing. That was back before I was, really going down my path. that I had disturbed their house. I don't know how, because I didn't go in the woods anywhere. But I was told that, like, and that was back before when I was, like I said, oh, great. Did you see the light flicker? That's lovely. Oh, that might have been me, though. Hold on. Yeah. I think that was me. I don't know how it was me, but yeah. Every time Okay, well, we would definitely have to check out the electric. And that's because that's creepy. Anyway, I was told, like, I could see shadows along, this is before I was not scared of shadow people. I could see shadows. And they were scaring me enough to where I was like, what the hell's haunting me? And they said it was gnomes and that I disturbed their house. But like I said, I don't know how I disturbed their house unless it was inside my house. I really don't know. I can't remember what I did or whatnot. I mean, they stopped disturbing me. But that's also when I was going through like a bad depression spell. And I know I was because of the fact that if you've been a subscriber to my channel for a while, you've heard about me talk about the little girl that shows up. There's a little girl that shows up when my flame, apparently when I have my depression episodes, my flame dims. And she comes around to see the dimmed flame and is like, what the hell's going on? So she basically checks up on me. And it was around the time that I had saw her, and I've only seen her 3 times in my life. No, twice. Twice in my life that I can remember. For some reason, I think there was a 3rd time, but I can't remember at this point in time when the 3rd time was. First time was when my friend passed away. That's like a brother to me. When he passed away, she showed up. And then the 2nd time was in that same time I was seeing apparently gnomes. The shadows of the gnomes. And she had shown up at that point in time too. And that's, like I said, I was going through a really depression time. But the gnomes, like, they didn't do anything to scare me. It was just me not knowing about paranormal and stuff like that. So it wasn't like they were, running around going boo and scaring the hell out of me. It was just I saw their shadows and it scared me. But that's like the only time. Again, they say I disturbed their home. I have no clue how I did. I don't know. Ghostly Extra number 2 in our paranormal top 10 stories of 2022. Number 2, Ghostly Extra shows up in a family photograph. Let us see. Oh yeah, I think this is it. The innocent snap captured during a family day out of popular swimming spot appears to show something unexpected. Back in 2014, Kim Davidson, who hails from Queensland in Australia, had gone swimming with her friend Jessie Lou and their 3 children in a place called Murphy's Hole at the Lockyer River. It had been the idyllic day out, but when they returned from the trip, they looked at the photographs they had taken, and this was 2014, okay. Notice that images appeared to show a mysterious 4th child visible in the water between the 2 adults and the back. It's got to be that one. That's creepy. Most disturbing of all is that they discovered that almost 100 years ago, a young girl named Doreen Sullivan had reportedly drowned in Murphy's Hole at that very spot. Davidson even claimed that her daughter had complained about something grabbing her leg twice while they were swimming there. When I went back in for one last dip to cool off, I did feel something behind me as if I was walking out of the water but tried to ignore it. So could this be evidence of paranormal presence? That is actually pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting. It almost looks like she has a swimmer's cap on as well. But what if it's like a mermaid? I don't know why I was looking over there, because I used to have my camera over there. But what if it was a mermaid? I wonder how big the lake is. That's a pretty, if that is true, that is a pretty, what's this right here? I'd like to know what this is right here. Because it looks like she's grabbing onto that, right? Like there's something there. Or is that just me? Or is it just a wake in the water or something? I don't know. It almost looks like, too, is like she's pushing backwards. See, that wasn't me. I don't know. That light's starting to freak me out. Not really, but like I'm scared of electrical fires, that's all. But like she's almost pushing out the way the lines of the water is going. But that could just be their movement as well. I don't know. I look at things like that. But I really like to know what this is. Because if she's there, that's her arm. And her kid's arm. Her kid's arm, her arm. And obviously this kid must have not have seen it. But I'd like to know what that is there. Yeah, you're right though, Jimbo. It is creepy. Whatever is going on there is very creepy. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. All right. And the number one story. Ghost shows up at the background of a new Amazon Prime show. Have you seen this? I was going to talk about this. I don't know if I did or not. I might have. I think I did, though. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. A ghostly figure can be seen emerging from a mass grave. Have you seen this? During a segment on James May's new travel show. Eagle-eyed viewers who had settled down to watch the new Amazon Prime show, James May, Our Man on Italy, this week got more than they bargained for when they spotted a mysterious figure in the background while May was speaking on camera at the mass site of a mass grave. So here is this. See if you can spot it. How pretty cool is that? I mean, that's a great capture. So there you go. That is the number one story, paranormal story of 2022. I think they did a good job with these lists. I really do. Sorry, guys. All right, I won't do that. Apparently, I gotta, fix that. But, yeah, it's definitely, I think it's pretty cool. I definitely think it's pretty cool. Yeah. So with that being said, that comes to conclusion of all the lists. All the lists of 2022. I think they did good. I really do. I'm pretty satisfied for what they did with those lists. They were good ones. And definitely controversial, talked about a lot. A lot. A couple of them, definitely started arguments. So with that being said, I'm going to throw it over to the credits. I thank you guys so much for being here. Maybe if the credits work. Really? Let's try this again. Boom. Are they working? There they go. I thank each and every one of you guys for being here. You guys are amazing. You are amazing. I know this was very early. Usually I don't go live at least for a half an hour. But, what are you going to do? I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you again for hanging out with me and talking paranormal, cryptid, and ufology. I hope you have a great new year. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. And, it's been a great year. It really has. I mean, it's been a shitty year, but it's been a great year. And I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out and hanging out and all year. And I hope you guys have a blessed 2023. You deserve it. 2023 is your year. That's what I say. It's your year. So again, thank you everyone so much. Thank you for all that you do, for sharing me out, for telling people about me, for hanging out with me in chat. I love it. I love it. Until next time, guys. Love you. Be safe. Take care. And we'll see you in the new year.
Tell me pretty lies. Look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.
And remember, find something today that makes you smile with your eyes. Love you guys.